ourselves. Remember that next time you say you want a real relationship. Real relationships mean you got to take off the mask and put it on the table so we can have conversations. We have adults who were never taught how to feel safe. So they seek safety and validation on the outside of them because they have a plethora of challenges on the inside that occurred in their childhood processes. So I ask you, what emotion from your childhood have you pushed into a corner and made a vow not to do? I will never be like them. I will never act like them. I will never do. I will never. Those are vows. And until you go in there and cancel all them vows or renounce them vows you said as a child, those things are still controlling your life. See, the vows we all made is playing out on a big stage. Just look around. While we get to protest and speak our minds, which is good, we're all are we helping that little girl or little boy on the inside heal? That's your true shadow. That's what shadow work is. That's your true shadow, going in there and dealing with that. That's what my books are about. That's why I made it fun, because it wasn't so fun what I was going through. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to deal with my inner child or inner teenager, why don't I make some products? That's why I have made those books, that we can have fun while dealing with us, dealing with you that's in the mirror. I'm being commissioned to aid in the process by sharing how I overcame everything meant to keep me from becoming my true identity. I had to believe in myself and God. See, God is on the inside of me. But first, I had to find me. Excuse me, confirmation bird. What that mean? What do I want? What triggers me? Why did that hurt me like that? Because they said that. Let's go back to the first time that I felt this way when that happened. Who was the first person that made me feel like that? And why do I feel so small at this moment? That's what I'm talking about. Gotta find the real you. We're taught that God is on the outside of us, but God is on the inside of us, waiting to be tagged into our battles. Like Ephesians 6 and 2 Corinthians 10 says, we're fighting principalities, rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. Remember, we're a spirit first, then we live in a body, and then we have a soul. This is when the negative thinking is going on so long, and it's the norm of society. That's why God is raising people at this time, because the dirtiness of humanity and the darkness has gotten to a certain level that God has said, I am sending in my Joshuas and my Calebs. This is when in the norm of society, that is what the Bible calls multitude. That is when it has gotten so inbred that it's been going on for 600 years, and because it's been going on for 600 years, we're gonna just keep doing it. Not I, says the cat. It's not working for me. This is why every ascendant master had a fight against the mindsets of us who complain but don't do the work or don't even know how to do the work, because it causes a dip in morale. And most don't know how to get out because it's ancestral or generational. So to get out, and it causes us to get uncomfortable. Those uncomfortable questions, the conversations we get to have, to get past the plateau of complacency of, we've always done it this way. It's time to shoot we've always done it this way in the foot and let it be gone. Okay. FBAs, Alkebunnums, African diaspora. The FBAs have lived with these clones for a long time. It had to find ways to live while fighting, like Nehemiah, building and fighting at the same time. You never was taught how to fight because your leaders did everything with pencil work. They did like the Native Americans did back in the old days. They didn't know what they was doing. $5 land leases. Didn't know. They didn't know what they was doing. They were just giving away land because they was lied to by the clones. hmm And then they said, well, this is our land now. And then they said at the same time, FBAs can't be in because as long as you got 10% black in you, you can't be here. And I'm like, wait a minute, the Native Americans are that. So Some of them are because they are mixed with us. Okay, they mixed in with us, especially in over there in Oklahoma, in Tulsa. You were never taught how to fight. Cause see, your stuff was being done in boardrooms, and they was taking money underneath the table, and you was wondering why you was struggling. Where let's be honest, Africa is an amazing continent. They got everything they need. They don't need no outside assistance. They got everything they need. It's just the leaders are being lazy. Let's talk about it. They're being lazy and not using the gift God gave them. Because we came from ancestors. Woo. Caucasians almost have it, but remember, 80% of them are clones. But you also you see it, but at the same time you don't see it, and you okay with what's happening around the world because your empathy is not kicking in. Because how can you have empathy when most of y'all don't have a soul? Some of you are still naive, and it won't happen to me. We just seen what happened over there in Minnesota. It can happen anywhere, but you keep saying it ain't gonna happen to you. All right. They keep showing you so much. When are you gonna see? Mm. And then we have all the Asians, and then we have all of that's everybody in one pile. Then we have all the Latinos and the Spanish in one pile. But the funny thing is, if I call one of y'all out another group, y'all are angry. That is some infighting stuff y'all get an opportunity to deal with. Look, the FBAs, we got our own stuff to deal with. Colorism and everything else. We got our own stuff to deal with. Y'all got y'all stuff to deal with too. Y'all always want us to come to y'all help. But we've helped y'all so many times, and every time we help y'all, y'all jump back in assimilation and leave us like it's nothing. Like Boss Hog said in Dukes of Hazzard. Okay. And then you have your Alaskans, and you have your Hawaiians, and you have your Native Americans. Y'all are seeing a lot, especially in Hawaii when you saw what they did with your queen. Y'all have seen a lot, haven't you? Okay. And we're seeing a lot more now, right? Again, the Latinos and the Spanish, there's so much fighting, and y'all benefit off the FBAs. And then the Asian groups are benefiting off the FBAs. And act as if you put work in. And we finding out that Asians is black people. Hush your fuss. And quiet until you on the block. And again, Native Americans, Alaskans, and Hawaiians, you've been through a lot. And stay clear to assimilate until you can't no more. And you benefit off the FBAs as well. There are freebies and a link for my podcast with the Women's Leveling Up that was done in May. There were 3 links in there that you'll see September, October, and December of magazines that I was covering. Look in the description below and find the things that truly light you up and leave everything else behind. Again, do your own research. I'm going to put stuff there so you can see it, and then you can go down the rabbit hole. I cannot wait to talk to you soon. Remember, I placed a link to my own personal bookstore. My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, understanding true intimacy. It don't matter what it don't matter. It don't matter what page you go to, because every page you go to is gonna have a word. Page 13. Trust my voice and let me lead you. Transformation has begun. Don't get discouraged because it's uncomfortable. It's me. Keep moving forward. See, when you start dealing with God, it's uncomfortable. It is. Because it's gonna pull you out of what you think you know. And in my other 2 books, Befriending the Shadow, Unshakable Peace, Unstoppable Change, both of those are shadow activity books. Why? Because you get to bring your inner child or your inner teenager to the party. Because since I had to work with mine, I brought mine to the party. Okay. You're going to have fun with these books. You get a word of knowledge, then you get some exercise, then you get a shadow question. Not so nice because it's going to cause you to look at yourself in the mirror. When you get tired of looking in the mirror, go on over a few pages, you're going to get some color pages. God asked me to keep it between the age of 5 and 10. Why? Because most childhood wounding happens between the age of 5 and 10. By the age of 7, it is solidified. By the age of 10, it is in your system for real. By the age of, if nobody